intellect is not available all the time, the mind will take over. And this mind has instinct, impulse, habit, and lot of defects. Let us start this topic for a while. Very important to understand. First thing, that why I or any master in the Eastern wisdom refer to the text. Text contains the principles, practices, and the wisdom. Have you ever thought that why we refer to the text? The first answer comes that the text we refer are revealed text. Whether I say Eastern wisdom or the Vedas, you have maybe 10,000 pages of principles, practices. Welcome. So we were talking about it. What we were talking, that why I refer, and other masters refer, even enlightened masters refer the text. Why? First answer is they are revealed text. Revealed means what? That when you sit in deep meditation, have you heard the story of Madame Curie? Who was a scientist and who was discovering, and ultimately what happened? She went into almost a meditative state, and in a flash the radium was known to her. So first answer is that they are revealed text. Second point is very important. You see the 10,000 pages, 3,000 masters. They went into the forest for contemplation, reflection, and meditation. So what was revealed to them, it was scribed. It was scribed. So we say it is not written by the individual. So that is why they did not claim the authorship. Asato ma satgamaya, no author. Dispassion, no author. Now let me pick up one more point and then we will go. So what is the difference between the text that is revealed, we always refer to it, and what are the text who has an author? So author means I write from my intellect and mind, by understanding. Clear? Now ask yourself, did you not have misunderstanding? You always had an understanding about everything in the world, about people, about relationship. Did you not have misunderstanding? Did you not have confusion? Did you not have misunderstanding? We cannot claim. So if I write from my intellect and the mind, some defects will remain. That is why we refer to the revealed text. Our base, our target, our understanding must come from these revealed principles, mantras, and the text. Did you get it? You see, it's now second defect that we find. I tell you, I am very busy, Why I am busy? Think of it. Why I am busy? For what I am busy? So the master says the second defect in the intellect and the mind, I am busy in that thing which gives me a pleasure. That is why I am busy. Second part is that the mind is constantly running when I am busy, so I cannot understand the subtle aspects of our life. That is the second defect. That is why we always refer the revealed text. Are you getting it? Then I'll come to the main topic. Now, third defect. Third defect, you will be surprised. Our master says, your mind may oppose when I speak of it. Laziness. It is a deliberate attempt not to learn the Eastern wisdom. I have a misunderstanding, so there is no problem. I have a misunderstanding. It is not a deliberate attempt. But my master used to say, when you are lazy, it is a deliberate attempt to enjoy the pleasure of laziness that is opposite to knowledge. If you find out, now you all are seekers, so I have to talk at a deeper level. If you find out, you will 99% of the cases, you will see 99%, exceptions are there, as Sam explained to me. 99% of the cases I enjoy a pleasure out of laziness, not attending the session. You may oppose it, but that is the fact. Why? I enjoy that laziness. I enjoy postponing. Why I want to postpone? Tomorrow, whether I exist or not, I don't know. Let me find my real self today. Sam, are you thinking? The point, this is what happens. So let me summarize these revealed texts, more than 10,000 pages. That is only the 20% of the entire literature are revealed text. There is no authorship of that. So when I say that, I always refer the knowledge from these revealed texts, means they are free from these defects. So whenever you explain me any challenges, I take you back to that knowledge. I am using my intellect. So my intellect, first defect, who does not have misunderstanding? Tell me, in the life. About a person, about a thing, about an event. Oh, no. Oh, look at this guy, crazy guy. But after you meet, you talk, you had 2 or 3 meetings. Oh, you are a wonderful person. Understanding, misunderstanding. There is always, the intellect lives in that. Huh? Do you agree with me? It is so simple. We always have it. Second defect is that mind moves to what we say the tamasic pleasure. No, I was lazy, that is why I did not attend the session. Very good. But can you explore what do you mean by laziness? I was enjoying laziness. Do you agree? Just think of it. even if you don't agree. That's what Master says. And another defect, no, I don't agree with you. You need not to agree with me, but you have to explore it. So sometimes our intellect stucks. No, I don't believe you. Don't believe me, but explore the knowledge. Do you see that? So these mantras, principles in the sutras, they are revealed. And that is why I always refer to the text. So I also, as a teacher, I also want to remain free from these defects. And there the journey of the Eastern wisdom starts. What we have been doing, right knowledge, right behavior. Right knowledge, intellect, right behavior, mind, and then removing all the other defects or impurities, whatever you say, so that we can become a perfect seeker. Dispassion removes the weaknesses. Dispassion simply means remove all these weaknesses, all these defects of this. So we have understood discernment. So discernment all the time. Yeah, there's one more thing coming to my mind. I just want to pick up. When you study and practice from the Eastern wisdom, the first thing that you should be sure that it reminds you to move from likes and dislikes to what is right and good. You have an instant awareness inside you. Laziness, instant awareness. You know it, but if you do it deliberately, then you remain lazy. So there comes the 6 treasures. We are going to talk about these 6 treasures. Do you still remember? The self-inquiry are of 2 types. Simple inquiry, self-inquiry with discernment. Self-inquiry with discernment. It has to be an element of viveka. Why? Because it should separate. Do you still understand the word? Discernment leads to knowledge, knowledge leads to understanding, and understanding is clarity. All the time in my life, in a single emotion, even when I say, I am right, you are wrong, let me discern. Filter out. Filter out. Do you own the knowledge? No. How can you say I am right? Do you have a misunderstanding? Then we say that no, I don't know. So inquiries are of 2 types. Last session we covered happy self and unhappy self. My unhappy self cannot be removed by anything, any object, any relationship in the world outside. I don't want to go back. $127 billion, loveless life. Simple understanding. No, we want to follow him. You need not to follow me. We want to follow great people. So the entire journey is all about becoming a seeker with these 4-fold practices. So discernment comes followed by dispassion. I cannot accept my unhappy self, and the reason is inside me. The reason is ignorance. I have to remove this ignorance. Once I remove this ignorance, I live into that state. Now, as I explain these defects in the mind and the intellect, even though we all love knowledge, one has the curiosity. They attend one session, okay, beer guy speaks, okay, but it is not me. It is not for me. Why it is not for me? Don't you love knowledge? Yes, I love knowledge. So knowledge is your nature. So what has happened? misunderstanding. But if you talk to those people, they will fire you back. So better. Our tradition says leave them as it is. Leave them. Leave them to remain lazy. We don't push, we don't chase. So one type of the people only has a curiosity, it does not go too far. The second, they want to do an intellectual exercise. So intellect has a defect and they are also gone. Third wants to live that knowledge. So if you want to live that knowledge, that means you are a seeker. To live that knowledge, I have to apply dispassion. So that knowledge exerts an pressure on my behavior and my impulsive nature changes. Still, what is left? We come to the 6 treasures. We have 6 treasures. Treasure. Any wealth, very precious diamond, we always keep in a safe box. So these 6 treasures are known as Sama, Dhamma, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan. You can remember the acronym SDU, TSS. Christina easily remembers DD, SDU. S means Sama. Sama is a husband of peace, Shanti. They two are same words, but we have to understand what is Sama first. Sama, Dhamma, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan. Normal word, if you translate, Sama is peace, peace in the mind. Dhamma is withdrawal of the sense organs. I'm looking at 15, 16 people. But by default, this impulsive mind says, oh, I will name anyone. No, I like David. No, I should not name women, otherwise. So you see that there is by default you have a liking. Or I like Sam. Sam, don't go too far. So, do you see that? Do you see? So it means that comes by default. So that default nature of the mind must change. Why shouldn't I like everyone? Dhamma. Just giving you a brief of it. And Sama, Dhamma, Uparati. So what happens? The time comes in your life, you wake up in the morning, you feel as if your mind is living little above the social norms and the things. People say, I like it. It doesn't affect you. Mind is not influenced. I dislike it. Mind is not influenced. Mind says, I'm okay. I'm fine. Even when my honey says, look at this guy, he is crazy, I simply say, instantly become aware. You have to part of the society, you have to live into that. Uparati. It's a great value. It's a great treasure. Why? I should not be influenced by anything outside. Why? I have to change my unhappy self. Fourth is Titiksha. Still, there are many impressions in the mind, in the intellect that we have inherited, we have habituated, which does not die so easily. So there we have to apply endurance. Endurance. Did I tell you that the young guy who told me it's my opinion not to take vaccine? I'm not an advocate. Whether you take vaccine or not, it's your problem. So you see that how your intellect works? So I only asked him that, do you see the difference between an opinion and the knowledge? Did you read what Fauci says that is right knowledge? And you have your opinion. Now choose the one which is right. And the next week he took the vaccine. That is what endurance is. So when you have four, the fifth one is known as faith, belief. But this belief is not blind. Now we say that now belief pending inquiry. What is that belief? I have a real self. Pending inquiry. So that helps you to continue the journey. Are you getting it? We all are seekers, I have to go a little deeper. And the seventh is what happens to the mind and the intellect. This mind and intellect will remain steady, calm, peaceful inside. Once you have all the six treasures, you are a seeker. Then we'll pick up another text and we will go step by step. This is how we discover the real self. So now come back to sama. There are many ways to work on the sama. Sama you can say simply, what you say? Simply relaxation and calmness. 24/7. We get carried away by a lot of impressions. But because of dispassion, discernment and dispassion, now you are working on sama. Sama is also known as mastery over the mind. Sama is also known as mind that is scattered in millions of directions outside, that causes reaction, blame and complaint. You don't allow the mind to be scattered in millions of directions. You withdraw them, gather it inside, you live into that state. So you see that sama. Sama also means make a choice. Mind is working on you or you are working on the mind. Simple. At every moment. I don't agree with you. No, you are wrong. Check. Is mind working on you or you are working on the mind? It may be because of misunderstanding. It may be because of delusion. That's why the other person is not understanding. So why should I push? No, but I want. You see, now see that. I want. You should change. I. That is also a defect. Did you understand that? I'm a yoga teacher. I know. You don't know. You should change. So is there any sama there? Tell me, is the sama is there? So that is, understand little deeper. Sama. Now how this sama is to be practiced. Being comfortable, being carefree and being casual. They are non-practice. You think over it, you contemplate over it, you reflect on it, you will be in sama. You will definitely be in sama. Another practice that in the beginning I have given, or I'll send you again, the 4-step relaxation. It hardly takes 9 to 10 minutes in the beginning. Now how do you reach to the sama? I'm giving you a very practical. You're doing the practice for 10 minutes for about a week. Reduce it to 5 minutes. Reduce it to 4 minutes. Reduce it to 3 minutes. Reduce it to 2 minutes, 1 minute. And here and now. Intensive practice does not mean you are doing 3 hours of the practice and the mind is still disturbed. Are you getting it? No, I have attended a retreat. That was 15 hours. What you did, I have more stress than relaxation, calmness. Why? Because there is a misunderstanding, there is a lack of knowledge. So I have given lot of words you have to contemplate, then we'll go a little deeper into this, the word sama, as a knowledge and also as a practice. First, it's a honey of Shanti. You know Shanti. So why I say the sama in Sanskrit language is a masculine word. Shanti is feminine. So I wake up in the morning after having 8 hours of sound sleep. Feminine. That is how we correlate. But I have to act on the mind consciously to be in peace and calm. That is what the sama is. That is the word sama. You enter into a conflict, check how you can move into calmness, withdraw yourself. Is there any need to create any misunderstanding? But if others can create their misunderstanding through their perception, it's their problem. Second, think of it. At that particular moment, I am working on the mind or mind is working on me. So when the mind is working on me, what will happen after the meditation? I have a lot of thoughts, I did not sleep last night. No, I was tired. You have 1 million complaints. Who does the complaint? The mind. Why it complains? Not because of the tiredness, but we have a misunderstanding. What is that misunderstanding? Why it is there? Because there is no discernment. First principle. So there is no dispassion. Second principle. Now we are talking of the third. So you see that we are going little deeper. We are digging out very nature of the mind. Very nature of the mind. You are totally tired. It is midnight. Say, for example, if I understand Kate and Lara are very good, close friends, and Kate calls in the midnight, Lara will listen to it. Just an example. But if a stranger calls, oh, what a mess. No, let me put my phone on a silent mode. Knowledge, awareness is very important in order to be in calm and peace. So second point, think this and think for a couple of days whether I'm working on the mind or the mind is working on me. Third point, leave aside the science for a while. There is a physiological relaxation, we talk of there is emotional relaxation, we talk of there is a chemical relaxation also. Drugs. We say relaxation is the result of mind gathered inside instead of scattered outside. If you gather your mind inside, which is scattered outside, including the body, you can be in calm and relaxed here and now. You don't need any practice. But in the beginning, I gave an example, 10 minutes, and ultimately if you do the practice, so sama is one treasure out of the 6 treasures. We will talk about these treasures as we continue our journey. Let us start our practice now. Does your mind say, oh, you have talked a lot, now I'm ready to do the practice? Or mind may say it. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. gently. Body is steady. Total freedom to tarry. Body is steady. Eyes are closed. And the mind is looking inside. What you have done? You have done nothing. Only thing, are you aware of the body? Yes. Is body steady? Yes. Are you aware that you have closed your eyes to find the real self? Yes. Are you aware the mind is looking inside? Yes. You have done nothing. That is the power of the knowledge passed on to us by our masters, my friends. You will see after few weeks and months, you will see, oh, I'm living into that state 24/7. And then we have kept one step here. Mentally, you fold the hands in front of the rib. The thumb is mentally touching the rib cage. Mentally, it's a mental image. When we have a stress, it's a mental image. When I cry, it's a mental image. Why you go there? Come here. So are we changing the pattern of the mind? Answer is yes. Namaste Mudra. Become aware 5 sense organs represented by the 5 fingers of the right, 5 motor organs. Who makes my mind scattered outside? 5 sense organs and 5 motor organs. I am aware of all of them, and then I go into the middle of the palm. I find there is a space. There is a space, and then I told you this space is awareness, and awareness is the space. In that state of the mind, when the mind is gathered inside. Now see that thoughts are coming and going, let them come and go. You are living in awareness, with awareness inside. Traffic will continue. If there is a highway, the traffic will continue. Mental traffic. In that state, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu means may there be well-being for all. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Your mind, which was thinking that I am in stress, why you are thinking may there be a well-being. Can you see the combination of discernment, dispassion? If you see it, you are there. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. You keep looking inside, either at the center of the palm where the space is, or inside the head or the heart. May there be peace for all. As we discussed, that these mantras were revelations. We don't know the author. Revelation, revealed knowledge is free from the defects of the mind and intellect and ego. So it means what? The peace is already there inside as their essential nature. Yes, peace is an essential nature present inside my honey also. But my honey is angry. Okay, it may be because of misunderstanding. You see, you still remain in peace. That is the application. Simply chanting like, and then you become a singer. You don't become a seeker. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be completeness in all. That sense of completeness is already there. Who is that? Real self is complete in all respects. I react, I get agitated, I am in stress. It is all because I feel the sense of incompleteness in me. And then the fourth one, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. So we awaken to auspicious moment. And then what happens? Then meditation is a play and a fun. Why? Those defects of the intellect and the mind starts dissolving, and when it starts dissolving, then you are already relaxed and calm. So now see what I told you, that once you have applied that knowledge here and now in the practice, now then see that the second step, now in the beginning it was used to be the first step, being comfortable. Now it is the second step to check. Who checks? You. Only you know that you are in peace or not. So we go back to being comfortable. Neck joint, sensation, comfort and steadiness. Now you have already understood what? Scattered mind takes me away from the real self. Gathered mind takes me near to the real self. So that is why I am comfortable. Intellect keeps that awareness and attention all the time. Remember this. Shoulder joints, sensation, comfort and steadiness. The entire body. You are comfortable. In being comfortable, we have experience, perception, knowledge of what? Sensation, comfort, and steadiness, my friends. Good. And being carefree, we have already done it. But still, we want to check it, being carefree. When the mind is gathered, even the thoughts are there, you are not influenced, not dictated, not hesitated. That is what is being carefree. Now that state of the mind and intellect, if it does any active step, you play with it. And the mind does not need to react. Are you sure? Look at the rib cage. The rib cage should expand and contract, that you know. Let us start. Let us start. Short, quick, gentle, playful breathing from both the nostrils, keeping your mind inside the head, in the space. As if mind is not at all concerned about the breathing, it keeps looking into the space and continue. 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 And also observe the resistance of the mind that we need to get rid of. That is why we are doing this active step. The seeker can only understand and can continue the journey. Non-seeker, they will say, no, I'm not doing, I feel lot of stuff. I don't like it. So that liking and disliking is not there now. We already understood that. I'm doing for you. And stop it. Are you clear? The goal of this step is to keep the mind inside, not scattered, not gathered. So when you raise your awareness, you can work on the mind. What the science does? Oh, physiological changes, biochemical, neurophysio, they all are good, but not the subject of meditation. We can explain, but it has less to do with the journey. We have to follow the principles. Now, semi-active practice, instantly semi-active practice. What is semi-active? Start breathing deep, silent and slow, not very deep, not very short. As you inhale, Move the mind inside the right arm in the space, dropping Shanto Hum. While you exhale, what you are doing, the final point in this nyasa, you are checking, is the mind living within? What did I talk of, Sama? Mind is living within. Or it is living with, it always thinks, speaks, and acts from inside outside, not outside inside. Now inside the left arm, same thing. They are different points of awareness. They are different points of awareness. It is still, you cannot say you are pushing the mind. Be very clear. The mind is enjoying living within, moving in the space. In spite of the fact that lot of thoughts are there, let it be. Traffic is too much. Your destination is clear. If the right lane is busy, you take the middle. The middle is slow, you take the left, whatever it is. We should have that pinpointed awareness, moving the mind inside the right leg with the breath. Inside the left leg. Now inside the spine, Shanto Hum. I'm with you. Now leave the deeper breath, going deeper into the heart, Shantoham, picking a point in the space. That is why I started very early this step, so that you can move easily. And did you remember? Do you remember? You may feel as if the mind stops. Shantoham. I am the peace. We found peace is our nature. Continue. Shantoham, meaning I am the peace that contains the knowledge, and the mind lives into that awareness. It gently insists, let me go a little deeper. That is the key. You know now the movement of the mind. And that movement of the mind, once you recognize, that will take you so deep. The mind says, what should I do next? Oh, it is outside. When it 100% knows, I'm already going inside. Mind, in fact, merges. One definition of meditation is the mind merges into the consciousness. Have you heard we say it is a state of being, not becoming? Then what happens? The knowledge of the reality is revealed. Doing nothing, remain as you are. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand. Check. You will check, oh, mind is still inside, doesn't want to move. That has no problem. Now we know it. Move the mind on the left palm. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. How are you, Sam?
Controlling your mind with, the breathing practice has been helpful to evolve that, and now there's really no resistance at all that I have when I'm doing it. I was sad to see it go when we were done this time.
Very good.
So that was great. I think the message for me regarding dispassion and everything you've been talking about has presented itself in me noticing now what activities I do that were making me passionate and draining my energy, and now figuring out how not to let them drain my energy. And I feel energized throughout the day just by being dispassionate about things that happen. And a lot of times there are frustrating things that happen, but if you don't allow it to affect you and affect you beyond the moment, it's really a powerful thing to have. So that's where this has affected me.
Beautiful message you conveyed. But to tell you, we drain our energy 99% through the mind, thoughts, feeling every day. That is totally unproductive. Oh, you said to me this, so my mind continues the whole day. It takes time to forget. Come on, throw this out. We don't realize enough is enough. Beautiful. How are you, Lara?
I am well also. It was interesting kind of when I closed my eyes today, just everything dropped away because there's been a lot kind of going on right now personally. And I, just to kind of add on to what Sam was saying, with the breathing exercise, I kept visualizing a fire, and I was like blowing the fire to get bigger, and then like it was burning out what's not supposed to be there. It's the best way for me to describe that.
Yeah.
And so that was sort of my experience with that today.
It's a deeper state when we have those kind of visions. The mind is going deeper inside. That's a beautiful. How are you, David?
I'm good. It was really an interesting one because when you had us visualize the hands in front of the chest, and the space between the palms, that sent me to this like hyper dispassionate. So what I noticed is the thoughts that I could kind of analyze, I could kind of tell you what the thoughts were, like little snippets. When I did that, it hyper put me above, and I could just see this buzz down below of thoughts, but I couldn't tell you what any one thought was.
Totally dispassionate, not at all worried.
Kind of the analogy I was thinking, it's kind of like if you're 10 miles from the highway, you just hear a drone in the background versus being beside the highway, you can tell what kind of vehicles are on it.
Yes, that kind of awareness lives in the state of dispassion. Wonderful, everyone is narrating the beautiful experience. We will also understand in the beginning the very namaste, one mantra. There are a couple of Shanti mantras, and there is another word that I use, Mangalacharan, auspicious moment. That was there in this experience. It is beautiful. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, it was good. It was quiet. The mind's very content, likes being inside, and I noticed that when the mind does go to a thought or not, then I'm in the space, and the mind can go in and out of the space, kind of.
Good. That's good. So we are all having a beautiful, good, better experiences. How are you, Kate?
I'm good. It was very quiet, and kind of deep.
Kind of deep. Good. Beautiful. How are you, Vaibhav? And then we'll go to Christina and Terry and Ashok and Antoinette. Yes.
Yeah, sir, I feel like that my full consciousness rise to this ground level, and now I'm looking my full stuff and then see that how I'm moving. Like it's all over here, and then I'm just seeing it, and then I am remembering that peace is my nature, so I'm at peace. There's no problem in that, and I'm doing the practice.
Beautiful. Just to mention here, we will talk about it later. So in this area of the forehead, our masters say that there are 300 points of wisdom. So it is not compulsory that your mind is naturally focused between the eyebrows. It can be here, 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 here. So they represent different states of the consciousness. That's a very deeper, we will talk someday. So how are you, Christina?
I am at peace. That was very wonderful this morning to just start the day and not think and just start here for myself, and because you know what I've been working on outside of this, and I noticed it was very calming once I let go of the attachment of trying to breathe in and out, and just once the moment that I let that attachment go of trying to do the breath work with you and just letting it flow, I felt a rush, like a waterfall, but it was like a waterfall of sand I saw, and it was just like, and that flushed over, and then all of a sudden we were going to the different body parts. So that was wonderful, seeing that detachment of trying to do something and just letting it flow and it happening while I'm at peace. So thank you.
Remain in peace. Do you live in peace 24/7? That is what we are discovering. I had a little kid, girl who is 13 years old, whose mother told me to start a session, and then she wrote me back that she doesn't agree with you that the peace is my essential nature. So what it shows, the mother is too much on her daughter. Leave her. Knowledge is realized in stages. Why to hurry? Why to hurry? We want everything should happen in one session. That is the way our intellect works. How are you, Terry? Yes, then we will go to Antoinette and Ashok. Yes.
I was able to do the breathing and
good.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm trying to resist the tendency to be reacting to what's going on. Unpleasant things that are going on.
Good.
So,
good. So we should understand Terry, and that we will go in the future. Coming sessions will help us to not to fight with the resistance, as David was saying. Everything is below, I'm totally away, too far. That kind of a state of awareness leads to dispassion. It's going to happen. How are you, Antoinette?
Very relaxed. Your explanation of being carefree with the thoughts that come really helped me. It clarified a lot for me, and I was able to, I feel, go deeper and relax a lot more. Is more enjoyable.
Very good. Very good, Antoinette. Now, not for you only, but it is the process of evolution. I have been using this step, being carefree, being comfortable, being casual in almost every practice. But one day, as a seeker, our intellect becomes so aware, and it has the knowledge in it, and it becomes carefree. You see, so that is what I say, the knowledge is realized in stages. No, you told me being carefree is this. No. So that is what you can say. It's a revelation. Oh, now it is carefree. Done. Ashok ji, how are you? I see your beautiful movement of the lips, but I don't hear anything.
Sir, better. Going to peace.
Good. Good.
Thank you.
So think, before we do the next session, you have already understood, everyone has understood discernment, viveka, dispassion, vairagya, and the first of the 6 treasures, sam. Sam means the honey of shanti, honey of peace. 1. And as you all shared your experiences, when you start living day by day, from moment to moment, may ask the mind. What to ask? Is the mind working on me, or I am working on the mind? Anxiety is mind is working on me. I become aware of anxiety is I have started working on the mind. And the moment I become aware, then what comes? Dispassion, discernment. What is discernment? Let me separate it. By knowledge, by awareness. So how long it takes you to drop the anxiety? Then what happens in that case? The mind moves inside, it maintains that awareness, it becomes somehow. Any question? Lara is asking a question? No. That is all for today. Thank you very much for tolerating me. You guys are very good.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
हाँ जी, कैसे हो प्रभु जी?